Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again. Every time I'm spitting, I'll be moved.
Another day, another dollar. Episode review. Today we're doing Lil Uzi Vert Pink Tape. And before you guys freak out and go, oh, where's Sean? Where's Theo? It's summer holidays. Theo's being Big Daddy Thee out on holidays, and Sean is still planning the biggest party in the world. So just me and Kieran here today, and we're gonna do our best to review this project, which is definitely been a marathon feat. 26 songs, but yeah, we'll try our best to tell you what we think, what we're feeling, and you know, if you're feeling what we're saying, then go listen to it. And if you're not feeling what we're saying, tough shit, you're gonna listen to the whole episode anyways. At least I hope you are. So I guess where I would want to start, Kieran, is where was your first introduction to Lil Uzi Vert?
I mean, I think most people's would be EXO Tour Life, and that was definitely mine as well. I didn't know him before, like the mixtapes and stuff. And I think maybe it was actually Bad and Bougie. I can't remember if that came out before it.
I feel like they happened all in the same time.
It was all, 6 month period.
He came into my consciousness then because that was when the whole rocker aesthetic, Playboy Carti, all those type of guys were coming out. You had, all the drug rappers that have passed on from overdosing and all that kind of stuff. Juice World. Is that, 2016 maybe?
2015, 16, 17. But the thing is as well, this time Uzi Vert came out with those two tracks I mentioned, it turned trap music into pop music at that time. There was this literal this moment where trap became pop and you started hearing all these drum beats in pop music too. I don't think it's the same now, or it's lessening now, but it was definitely because of Uzi Vert that happened, I think. And I think that's always kept me interested to check his albums when they come out, just to see is he living up to that high level we put him at.
Yeah, I mean, my introduction to him was around the same time, EXO Tour Life. You couldn't escape that song. And for me, every part of that song was really interesting. Lyrically, it was interesting. The fact he was singing, but also rapping, and, the flows were interesting. There were some bits where the song did get a bit, ranty, and, but he was a young man when he was doing that. So, I could forgive that. And as your first hit, that's a pretty good song, It
was lo-fi production as well, yeah.
Yeah, everything about it for me was hitting. So I definitely was interested in Lil Uzi Vert. But then for some reason around that time, I don't remember who was popping off, but that sound never landed with me. I think I got a bit lost in Travis Scott and people that were doing the whole auto-tune, singy, rappy stuff. But yeah, realistically, EXO Tour Life was a great time. And that song is an eternal banger. But yeah, for a good few years, I wasn't paying attention to Lil Uzi Vert, and it was only really more recently when he did some features on certain albums where I was like, oh, wait, Lil Uzi Vert is actually really good at rapping. And I started to respect him more as a rapper than what I viewed him as, which was a weird rapping rock star type thing. I don't know what your view of him is from, introduction till just before now.
Definitely. I think, like I said, I was always keeping my eyes to see if he would come with singles, and there was a few that Futsal Shuffle or something. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that started to get him more buzz, and I was like, okay, he's still got this pop potential. And then I think the rock star thing wasn't clicking for me, even though I know he came out like a rock star with EXO Tour Life. The album wasn't really that, and I think when I Just Wanna Rock came out, it kind of shook me a bit because I was like, oh wow, this is crazy, weird, punky music. But at the same time, I wasn't and like you said, I'd built this impression oh, I'm actually looking for Uzi to start rapping, and because the features were so nice that we'd heard from him in the past few years. So I Just Wanna Rock was actually the opposite of what I was expecting him to do for this project. So yeah, it geared my head to think, okay, he's going into rock star music.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of shocked me with this song because you know what it is about this song? It's like Gasolina and a couple other songs that skip my mind. But this song, the second you hear it, you feel like you need to move because the beat and the way he's building it up, it's crazy. And it's the fact he's able to get into that energy or, get you into that energy just shows his level of artistry. He's really kind of he's got something there and he knows what he's doing now. He's like, okay, I want to make a dance song. This is my idea of a song that will make you dance. And, you know, it's obviously blown up on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. But for me, that is the best song on the project. And obviously, in my eyes and most people's eyes, it's just a standalone song because, I don't know, this album doesn't really have a theme. In my eyes, I know we kind of skipped over the pre-talk bit, but, you know, for me, it was literally EXO Tour Life, a few features here and there. I think he had a feature with Tyler and then a feature somewhere else. And then, yeah, now I'm back into him. But yeah, this album shocked me when it dropped because I didn't know he was on this whole Pink tape, you know, technically a Nicki Minaj kind of thing or a larger than life character type thing. But I'm realizing that Lil Uzi Vert is clearly some kind of caricature or some kind of, you know, character in a world that I haven't actually looked into, like what this character is, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. I feel like it's quite an anime character as well. Like you see with his cartoon artworks and all this kind of stuff. I think and even like he got the crystal in his head. His whole aesthetic is quite anime, and I think he embodies like a character within that. Like it doesn't have to be the smartest character ever or like the coolest character as well. So it comes with all the pros and cons of like being in the anime world, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the themes in the album never really landed for me. It was a lot of like those stereotypical lines of "I might take your girl, I'm gonna fuck your bitch."
Oh yeah, he was like trying to prove his like heterosexuality a lot in this album.
Yeah, he mentioned about, you know, oh, you guys think I'm gay and stuff like that. I was like, why am I hearing this? You know, like the first
what era are we in, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the first 7 tracks, it was a lot of that kind of flexy, spinny kind of like, oh, I'm the best. You know, look at me, I got all this, and then. I don't know, the theme kind of just, if there was a theme of the album, I didn't pick it up in the first, you know, I said 7 there, but really the first like 10, 12 songs. I was just enjoying what he was doing. And, you know, it was lots of different sounds. I couldn't say there was a cohesion or anything like that, but it was a lot of different vibes he was hitting.
He's definitely taking us on a journey as well, though. Like the album flows. Like you said, those first 12 songs or whatever, they flow, all of them, despite being like incongruent, like you're saying as well. It's not like they're connected, but I don't know. Like I put it on and I just feel like I'm on a journey. Do you know what I mean?
When you say it flowed, that makes sense because I did get through the first 10 songs and I was kind of like, okay, this is going places. And then I looked and I was like, oh my God, there's still like, you know, 16 more tracks. I was like,
this is where it goes downhill as well.
I was like, well, what does this sound like? But, you know, in that first 10, there was a song X2 that I quite liked, which was good energy from what I remember, and it was upbeat lyrically. It was all right. The flow's got places, but yeah, like things like the Travis Scott track, you know, in the first 3 tracks, that kind of slipped by me. I was like, didn't
Do you know
feel
what
away
it is?
for
That
it.
it's an understated track, isn't it? Like on good speakers, it sounds good, but I feel like melodically, it's not doing enough to just even make you think about it.
Yeah, well, and for me, it felt like it wasn't the best of either of them. Like, this isn't the best of Uzi. It's not the best of Travis Scott. I wonder if this is like an old track that he kind of just was like, oh, I want to put out a Travis Scott track, or maybe this song was meant to be on Travis Scott's album that's, you know, hopefully coming out at some point soon. But
well, they had sessions when they made that track Watch as well. So, and that's a much better collab between them because that's got Kanye on it too. That's a really good track.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. I would be interested, Kieran, to hear what you think the themes are, because like I said, it felt like all over the place. First 10 tracks was just vibing on that whole kind of ignorant rap stuff. And then, you know, the end is very much rock. Even that cover of Chop Suey, oh God, it's hard to listen to.
You didn't like it?
I like the original Chop Suey. As someone who actually likes, you know, metal music / whatever you want to call that, hard rock, whatever, I like that song for the original, and his whining and moaning and trying to sing the song his way, it was horrible.
Fair enough. Rubbish. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that he does have a weird voice, kind of like Lil Wayne and Kendrick, I guess. Like, you got to attune yourself a bit more to it. Because I can put up with the chop suey, and I kind of like what he does with it as well. But I think if the voice grates with you, yeah, maybe it's just a familiarity thing. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't sound nice as well.
No, fair enough.
But theme-wise, I think after the first listen, I had to just think like, do you know what? This is actually just a mixtape. It's not actually an album, even though it's released as like a major studio album. It is a mixtape, and he calls it Pink Tape. So I feel like he's probably leading in with that as well. Like, he's not trying anything more than just a tape, but that doesn't mean that there aren't themes. Like there is, like you said, the first 7 tracks is kind of like trying to prove his sexuality, but also I think the energy is just so high. He does this a lot on his albums, where the first third is like amp music, and I think
Yeah.
this is probably the best execution of it, because, like you said, you can listen to those 10 tracks and they just go by. But then, like, I don't know, the middle of the album, he decided, I'm going to start going deep, but I didn't understand what he was communicating through that, other than the fact that, like, maybe it is a struggle for him to have to put on this character all the time, and we end up getting like the repercussions of that, but it's not like clearly executed as well. But like you get to the point of like Rehab, from Pluto to Mars downward, actually it starts to get like sad, and then Rehab, it's like he needs to actually like check himself in, because it's not easy what he's had to do to put up this act for us the whole way. I don't know, but that's what I was pulling from the experience.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, it definitely, like, there's a strong transition, and it's because there's so many genres in this one album. You know, it's like hip hop, then it's like punk rap, then it's like rager music, metal, then it's like rap metal kind of, you know, stuff. And it's definitely what you said a little bit earlier. It's the evolution of Lil Wayne, isn't it? But it's in a much shorter period of time. So Lil Wayne came out, he's all about the drugs and the women and the whatever and the cars. Then he became a bit conscious. Then he tried that little rock time. You remember when Lil Wayne was on his skater boy vibe and playing the guitar and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like the thing is, with this new generation that's influenced by him, they're going through that same evolution, but way, way quicker. So
they're doing it all at once, right? Like, because they like every Wayne track from every period, so they're like, "Calm, I'm going to combine all of them."
Exactly. And the thing is, Lil Wayne isn't a character. Lil Wayne is a person, and he's going through these things, you know, live and direct. But like with Lil Uzi, with this only being his 3rd proper album, it's a bit like, it just feels a bit messy. Like he hasn't found himself as an artist or as a rapper, and it's like, I know we've tried to define the difference between an artist and a rapper, but, you know, at this point, a lot of rappers are artists. They're putting out art. They're not just rapping on that high level, or, you know, telling great stories with the medium of rap like other people do. But yeah, this whole kind of album just, I don't know, like it feels like he's trying to push his character, or this caricature, to the extreme, right? That's what the theme and topic felt like to me. Is like, this is Lil Uzi Vert, right? He's the most macho man, and he's confident in himself. Yeah, he paints his nails, he wears pink, but whatever. Like, you know, I'm still on this like screamo emo stuff, and I don't know. This is something that, you know, will upset some people that love Lil Uzi Vert, but I just don't think this project was, you know, completely for me. Like it from a like lyric standpoint, none of it really touched me, or like there was no like ooh moments or anything like that. It was like, it wasn't really going anywhere.
It's more his, like you said, it's kind of like, I think the takeaway from this album, that like a positive takeaway, is like it's his like his performance, I guess. It's like because every track he does actually bring a different energy, a different like style of delivery, different flows. It's not but the problem is, like, they're repetitive. Like every single track is very repetitive. I think the only one where he like is flipping throughout the whole track is Amped, and it's like, it's a proper crazy and overwhelming track, honestly. But yeah, and it kind of, I think that is reflected in the theme. It's like he's just trying to prove himself again, I guess. It is essentially like his comeback project. After like,
he hasn't released something in a long time. And
how many years has it been? I think it's been like 5 years or more.
A fairly long time, but it's like in that time, it's not like we haven't heard him speak. So apparently he did something called Red and White. I don't know what this is, but it's an extended play, it's an EP. So
I don't even know.
That came out last year, but from what I can see, it would be that's a collab album with Future. That was actually a good project. I completely forgot to mention that. Yeah. I mean, Future collabs with anybody. I think if you go to the studio with Future once, then, you know, you're in. But no, the last thing he released was Eternal Attaque, or Love vs. the World, or whatever, which is 2020, which was, you know, again, a kind of a long overdue project, because he had a hit. He didn't release an album around the hit, and then obviously he put it on as a bonus on the album. So yeah,
there's a whole lot of trying to, he's trying to salvage this like hype that he first came out with, And he kind of has, I guess, he's hitting streams up with that I Just Wanna Rock.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's the thing that I need to kind of take into account of a Lil Uzi Vert is I don't know if ever, if you know, if not yet, we'll receive like a kind of concise Lil Uzi album that's, you know, gonna have a full theme and start finish in the right places and take you up and down, or down then up, or you know, just keep taking you down however he's feeling. But yeah, realistically, lyrics wise, yeah, I don't know if there's much there, and I'd love to hear someone tell me that there is much there and point me in the direction of where that stuff is. But it's definitely an expressive piece. But yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest.
True. It's so honest. It's really honest.
Yeah,
very shallow lyrics.
Yeah, but from a production standpoint, he's worked with a lot of the same producers his whole career.
You can tell though that he's made this team, and like you can very much feel like, even though different productions, different tracks, and they do contrast and stuff, but like he's definitely got this feeling in his head. Like I know that he said to people, like, okay, this is my vibe. You will set me beats that relate to that vibe. And he's collated this project, and you get that energy that he wanted you to feel, at least. If you don't feel anything else, like there's that energy in the production for sure.
Well, it's one of those things as well where, you know, there's always a trend in sound. And at the moment, the trend in sound is very much that Jersey club sound, which is like, you know, that dancey and like, you know, cutting vocals. It's like, and, you know, people are dancing and, you know, we're in a very dancey dance music that makes you want to move type period. But Lil Uzi Vert trying to do this, or, you know, successfully doing it, shows in I Just Wanna Rock or Just Wanna Rock, where that beat is crazy. That beat, you know what I mean? It sets off a panic in a room where people are like, "Oh, this is my song."
It's anxiety inducing. This is a thing. Like, but it's kind of like beautiful in the synths. It's really a crazy experience listening to that song.
It feels like it takes you to outer space. You know what I mean? That intro bit's long, and that whole you know, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. From a production standpoint, I feel like Lil Uzi Vert definitely has a sound that's mixed in here, which is that kind of rager, rocky, drilly kind of trap sound. But realistically, like I was saying to you earlier, it gets lost in some places where he just full out goes metal, and I'm not here for Lil Uzi Vert. I know, metal.
The production doesn't do that well in those other areas. Like he does actually make trap, or like he kind of does like crunk as well. I was thinking, like, I don't know if you heard this, like Crush 'Em and Suicide Doors and Amp, they remind me, and even they remind me of crunk music, like that Lil Jon sound. I don't know if I'm imagining it.
But it makes sense, and I actually don't know where Lil Uzi Vert is from. Actually, let me check. But Lil Uzi Vert is from
Philly, I think I've heard him say Philly.
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia. So I don't know what the Philadelphia sound is, but you know, like, I guess he's kind of representing for the modern age Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, like the roots are from Philadelphia, and it's completely opposite of this.
Oh, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
The thing is, though, this production is good, but it's very repetitive and simple as well. Like, and that's crazy to say, because like something like Amped is such a complex production, and I really love that. And so is like Just Wanna Rock. But then like I Gotta is super simple. It's like one of those like typical 2015 hip hop songs from the radio. And sometimes I even think, like, does that song do better because it's simple and he's not like trying to do anything too much more than just like give us a rap bounce on that track?
I don't know. But I'd be interested to hear Lil Uzi talk about this project, but I don't think he's big for interviews. But yeah, realistically, where he tries to get to in the whole project, I don't know. But I've just looked at rappers from Philadelphia, and it's people like Black Thought, AR Ab, Will Smith, Lil Dicky. So there's no actual, like, you know, Philadelphia sound, if you know what I mean.
He's not got something to base what he wants to do on in his area. So he has to like go out of that. It makes sense.
Yeah, but you know, he's building out a universe, a sound, all that kind of stuff. So realistically, right now, I don't know. I feel like we're seeing his evolution. We're watching it happen, but at this moment in time, it's a complete mess. And I don't know if he's one of those people who is going to ever knuckle down and take it seriously, or if he's just going to kind of be like, right, I'll make as many songs as possible. Whichever one flies is going to fly, and then, you know, I'll go with. Actually, I'll use this. I'm just going to rock with that one. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think it's difficult in this. He's definitely top tier melodic. rapper, but in the melodic rap space, like with Future, Young Thug, Lil Wayne. I don't know who else to mention in that list, but
Oh,
the
there's loads.
albums,
Playboy Carti,
yeah, Playboy.
all the other little people. You know,
Their
there's so
music
many.
doesn't. The thing is, they don't really make like albums that like I know Wayne has, but he's kind of like deviated into this space now as well. But like even like Future, Thug, like their albums don't really. Oh man, to be honest, Thug has gone down this route as well. He started making albums, but he's like gone down this route as well. It doesn't like they don't make sense anymore. The music, it's like just like nonsense raps and bangers here and there. Like we're not in Future's prime, we're not in Thugger's prime, and like they're just making music on the quality of this Uzi album or worse. To be honest, at this point,
Yeah, but
Not even
you
trying
say
to
that,
hate.
but I'm definitely feeling that Lil Uzi is influencing his generation, right? Everyone's
sure.
looking at him like he's the guy, and you know I hear a lot of smaller rappers, up and coming rappers. Where I'm like, what is this noise? And I'm like, oh, you're trying to do the Uzi thing, but it doesn't work for you because you're very clearly like, oh yeah, I love Uzi, I'm gonna try and make it sound like his, but that's not you. Whereas I feel like as much as I'm not feeling this project, or you know, it lost me in a fair few places. This is definitely him. Do you know what I mean? He's not trying to be anyone else but himself.
yeah, like an actual example, I like Trippie Redd. I think he
Yeah.
does this stuff like this music sounds exactly like Trippie Redd's, but I feel like Uzi's is more palatable. Like I enjoy Uzi's one more. I think Trippie like something his voice doesn't sound nice sometimes, or like it just isn't good
Yeah,
melodies.
I'll tell you who I felt had it perfectly, and you know, rest his soul. XXX Tentacion. Oh my gosh,
he was
that guy
the
had-
best iteration of this. Yeah,
His first song, "Look at Me," had that perfect aesthetic of someone who screamed, had that rage and all that kind of stuff, but the raps were hard. And when he had those emotional tracks, they landed. There were so many moments with XXX Tentacion where I was like, "This guy is the next guy." And unfortunately, he got killed for whatever reason. But yeah, Lil Uzi was his contemporary. And it would be interesting to see a world where these two was, well, obviously Lil Uzi's alive, but if X was alive, Uzi was alive, I think they definitely would have collided into each other
Yeah.
more and guided each other in the right way. But yeah, Lil Uzi's just because
For
he's
sure.
so out there on his own. Like even the features of this album, there's more rock features or more rock / metal type influences than there are raps. Like there's Travis Scott, Nicki Minaj, and Don Toliver. But Don Toliver's in a world of his own. He does his own thing. Yes, he raps, but he also sings. But Bring Me the Horizon, Snow Strippers, obviously Chop Suey, which is by the name escapes me.
System of a Down,
System of a Down. These are big rock artists,
baby anime girl, whatever that.
baby metal. Yeah, but
Baby
I don't
Metal.
know. This is one of those things where maybe he should have released 2 projects, where he did like the pink tape and then he did like the carbon pink tape.
I've
or some
heard
shit.
this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be sick. I've heard this comment actually. And I actually really, really agree. Like, if he cut the trap songs out and made a project like that, and cut these like rocky songs out and made a project like that, it would really like make sense.
It'd give listeners a bit more direction on where to go and what to do. But yeah, again, 26 tracks is a lot of music. And when I was listening to it, every song was like 3-4 minutes long. There was only a couple songs that were like a minute or 2 long. But, I've been complaining recently, songs are too short. I wish I had got more. And in this case, I never felt like any songs were dragging, but there's definitely genre moments where I was like, I'm not feeling this genre. And this is coming from someone that loves all different types of music.
It's like not well thought out the way he's trying to combine these genres, because I do like eclectic changes as well, but this one, it's weird.
It doesn't make the handbrake turn that it needs to make to get to the other genres. It's kind of like, okay, here's this song and here's that song, and there is the divide of, or the rap happens in the beginning, but then there's Don Toliver coming in with Patience towards the end, which then kind of took me somewhere else, and then I was like, oh, okay, we're coming down now. We're coming out of this whole high tension trap rocky phase, and then it's like, oh wait, baby metal comes in now.
That just throws you. But I do kind of like how that's the outro as well. It like sums up the album. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we've spoken about all the little bits and bobs and sections in it. Do you have any favorite tracks, any kind of standout tracks?
I think definitely Crush 'Em and Amped. There's like a few moments in that where the production is absolutely insane. Like I do love when people cut out drum beats and then when it just drops back in on a moment. And I think they find that perfectly on those 2 tracks. Flooded the Face as well. I just think like Uzi's vocal performances. He does this thing where he does low registers and high registers and just gets all crazy. And also endless fashion as well.
Okay.
I think Nicki Minaj is actually incredible on that feature. It's one of her best.
Well, I think Nicki Minaj is gearing up for a project because she's on
Yeah.
all the young new people's stuff, and I think she's trying to get that audience to look her way, and then she's going to drop one of the biggest projects ever. Like she's doing a lot of stuff with Ice Spice. She's on this. She's been featuring all over the place. So yeah,
Even
Nicki,
last year as well, she's everywhere, like with the young people.
yeah, and I think she's also got that thing to prove of like I'm still relevant. I'm still good. You know, I haven't lost it, which is nice to see in a rapper that's been around for as long as she has. You know, well over a decade. But yeah,
Was that your highlight of this album as well, the Nicki verse?
No, actually, my highlights are Just Wanna Rock, but again, that's because
Of course,
that's the biggest song out there right now. X2 and Mama I'm Sorry, or Mama, I can't
I
say
love
it.
Mama I'm Sorry is so sick. The way it starts, like with that's track. I can't even remember which one they're sampling, but he does it in a really smart interpolation. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's
Somebody that I used to
That's
know.
it.
He
That
drops
song.
that in, and it's like it's kind of gassy. You know, I can't lie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I think there's a showing here of a level of talent which is above the rest, right? Something is special about Lil Uzi Vert,
For sure.
but he hasn't found his full lane yet, or you know, he's not entertaining both sides of his character properly. Do you know what I mean? MF Doom is MF Doom, but then Victor Vaughn is Victor Vaughn, and you know, all these different characters can exist, but they have to exist either under separate names or separate projects. I just, I don't know. I don't feel like Lil Uzi's quite there yet. And I thought he was a young man, but he's not. He's in his late 20s now. So
Yeah, for real. He's like close to our age at this point.
yeah, he should be really figuring it out, because look at Tyler. Tyler's in his prime, has been in his prime for the last 3-4 years. And young Tyler was a mess, but again, you could see where he could get to with what he was building. And in this case, I see potential in this. But
me too. I'm interested to see what his next project is, honestly.
well, yeah, I mean, for now we've got this, and you know, going over his previous stuff is, you know, it's good. The features are fantastic. Some of them are, you know, standout features on some of these projects. But yeah, realistically, to come to a place of scoring it, I had to give it a 6.6. And you know, the joke there is that I wanted to give it a 6.
Damn.
I wanted to give it a 6, and then I was looking for a decimal point to add in there, and I said, "Oh, actually, you know what? Lil Uzi Vert, he's on that demon shit, so let's give him another 6 to make him happier." But yeah, it's a very not middle of the road, like make it sound shit, but it's like it's above average. I don't think it's getting to the 7 and 8s, which for me would mean a great project, but it's good. And you know, if you're into that kind of current style of screamo emo rap, then go for it. But for me, my honest opinion is, you know, he's talented. He's got a lot going for him. Even his track on the Spider-Verse album was quite good. But
It was, yeah.
It's just not there for me yet. I don't know what your opinion is.
No, I feel the same. Like I feel like his first album was coming close to an 8 at least, and his second album was kind of similar as well. Maybe not as good. This one I feel like has gone a little bit more downhill in quality, but I can feel progression. That's why I'm feeling positive about the future, but I would give it like a 6.9 as well, because I feel like he was a bit freaky on the album, so he deserves a 69 for that.
Nice. I like that. But yeah, I think if he keeps working with people like Tyler gets the best out of him. On
100%.
Eagle, he got him to be doing that round around down, nigga, feel.
It's so simple, but it's actually incredible what
It's
he
the
does.
perfect vibe. And you know, the stuff he did with Isaiah Rashad a couple years ago, that was a standout feature on there. Again, on Call Me If You Get Lost, he's pulling up doing a mad thing. So yeah, I think he needs to work more with those people that are going to push him and make him go, nah, that's not the verse. Do it again.
He's got this good track with Lil Wayne, Multiple Flows as well. Like I think he just needs to work with good artists to inspire him or like guide him, like you said.
I think if he spent... Go on.
Sorry. Oh, like I had this realization from our conversation. Like a lot of his contemporaries that would have inspired him or like helped guide him even in some moments, like maybe XXX, it's like they're not actually alive right now. And
Juice WRLD as well, gone.
Juice WRLD, Pop Smoke, and it's like these are literally like the top tier of his generation. So like he's by default arguably like the number one there.
Yeah.
But that comes with a way of not. He has to be the trendsetter, and it's not like I don't know. Like he's never had like the potential like those three we mentioned for sure.
I feel like as well he's moved away from the people that could have kept him going in that right direction. And by that right direction, I mean, in a more focused rap direction. Like he doesn't really work much with Gunna anymore. In the beginning, he was with Gunna a lot. A couple years ago, he's working with Lil Baby quite a lot. And Lil Baby is like top tier. Every time I hear Lil Baby featuring on something, I'm like, damn, Lil Baby's going absolutely crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I think, again, he just needs to work with more people that are going to kind of shape and mold his sound into something that's, a lot more kind of focused and tailored. And yeah, that might take him to that place where I can start saying, Lil Uzi Vert's one of the GOATs. But for now,
maybe take his raps a bit more seriously, like on his own projects, because he definitely gave really good bars on those features. But on this album, there isn't really any bars. Like there's good flows for sure, but there's not bars.
Well, there's not even for me a quotable. Like with EXO Tour Life, you've got the whole "Push Me to the Edge," "All My Friends Are Dead," and you think, wait, why are all your friends dead? And you look deep and go, oh, okay, all his friends are money, dead presidents. Okay, I feel that you're on something here. But yeah, honestly, over time, I hope he can kind of rein it in. And if he does go down that kind of metal, rocky route, cool. But just focus in on that. I'm not trying to limit an artist, but in this case, when there's such a wide variance of skill, you got to kind of, constraints actually sometimes make better art. And I don't know if he's got anyone around him who's going to mold him in the right way, other than when he features on someone's track and they can go to him, you know what, don't like that verse, or come in like this and do that. When he's free, left alone, it's kind of a bit ADHD. It's kind of like a bit of this, bit of that, bit of this, bit of that. You know what I mean? It's a bit much.
He needs to compartmentalize it. Like cut the tracks in half, focus on what he's best at. It can be eclectic, but just not jarringly eclectic, which is what this project has tracks that flow, but it just, then the jarring moments just kill it. Like you can't give this album a 7 because of how it's feeling.
Yeah, and I guess the best kind of thing I could say about this project is it's definitely one of the most unique things to come out this year from a major artist.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's really
experimental,
impressive.
And I'm all here for experimental sounds. And who knows, by the end of the year, when it comes to our award season, I might be giving this project some awards. I'm definitely going to be pushing to get Just Wanna Rock in there somewhere, if not Beat of the Year or just Rap Performance of the Year, something like that. But yeah, I mean, have you seen how he starts like fucking grooving when that song comes on? He's got a whole dance.
His performance on this whole album was actually impressive vocally, even if he's not saying anything. Because like, there's that song, I think it's in X2, where he's getting so gassed and he's like, "Oh, I've run out of breath." It's actually funny.
Well, I think to see this live, and he did perform at, I think it was Wireless or something. He performed at a festival in the UK quite recently, and he definitely puts on a show. So maybe it's one of those things where listen to it at home is great, and listen to it on your day-to-day is great, but maybe this is a project or just an artist that you need to see live to get what it's all about.
I feel that. I want to like raging moshing.
Yeah, well, because if you see a little, God, that's too many Lils. If you see Playboy Carti live, or you see, one of these Rager Rock people live, it's a vibe, it's a mosh pit, it's whatever, and the person's screaming, jumping around and whatever. But in this case, sat at home trying to critically listen to it, you're not going to really understand what's going on. But if you were out and Just Wanna Rock comes on, suddenly you get what this is all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, that is our review of Lil Uzi Vert Pink Tape. And if you didn't do the maths quick enough, the middle ground between 6.6 and 6.9 is somewhere around 6.7, 6.8. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, 16 in the clock. I just want to rock. I just want to.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.